About this time last year, just before I left for my 3 months of walking caminos in Spain, I did a video about my 6-pound backpack. Well, this year I have a new backpack, and guess what? It weighs less than 6 pounds. You want to know how much? Stick around and we'll find out. Well, hi, welcome to my home. Glad you could join me. Hey, take your pack off, stay a while. So let me explain first of all about this pack. When you take your pack off, by the way, always unloosen the straps. It makes it so much easier to get it back on again when it's time to. So loosen the straps, take your pack off. This is a new pack for me, so I'm just getting used to it. And I'd like to share it with you. First of all, this is Gregory. It's a new line, it's called the Juno. And this is a line that is specifically designed for women. So you say, well, what's the difference in a man's pack and a woman's pack? Well, a lot. First of all, let me talk about this waist strap right here. In a woman's waist strap, it's gonna contour up, whereas in a man's pack, it's gonna go straight around. Then the shoulder straps, for the men's, they're gonna have a little bit of a contour, but for the women's, a little bit more. So it's just more comfortable. Also, it has a shorter torso. They start shorter. You can expand them to whatever size you need. But this is a small pack. Small for me. Anyway, so let's open it up and see what we have in here. It has one main compartment, a bunch of stuff in between. But first of all, this is my toiletry bag, okay? Then here, these are my clothes. And then here, this is my rain jacket. I'll take all these apart and explain them in just a minute. And then here are my flip-flops. And that's it, there's nothing else in the pack. So I know that with just these 4 items, my pack is completely packed. I like to keep it simple like that so that when I leave the albergue in the morning, I can say, yep, I got all 4 things, I'm good. Oh, except for the rain jacket. So let's start off with this rain jacket. It's a pretty nice one made by North Face, and it's 2 layers. So inside you have, it's an alternative down jacket. I like to use the alternative down stuff because when it gets wet, it doesn't clump like the feathers would. So that's the inside. It also makes for a very nice pillow if you need one. And then the rain jacket is really light, you know, just very waterproof. So that's what I packed inside my bottom of my bag. Hopefully I don't have to pull it out very often, but it gets pulled out every now and then. Okay, so that's the raincoat. Now, let's go next to my clothing sack. Those are the clothes that I pack. Now, I'll be wearing some clothes, but what I'm not wearing goes in here. So, on the plane, I have long pants and a t-shirt, and that's what I'll be wearing on the plane. So I'm not gonna put that in my bag right now, but I'm gonna show you what's in here. You'll notice that when I unzip this, everything is neatly rolled up. I like to roll my stuff because it packs tighter. You can get more stuff in if you roll it. Okay, so what I have, I'm wearing 1 pair of socks. I packed 2 pair of socks. I like to change my socks in the middle of the day, so I like to have 3 pair of socks. Then I'm wearing 1 bra. I have another bra in here. These are sports bras, and so I can use them as part of my swimming suit. So I have, these are just Speedo swimming bottoms and my sports bra, and there we go. I have a swimsuit, and yes, Every time I find water, be it a swimming pool or the ocean, I go swimming. I love to swim. Okay, so swimsuit is a must for me. May not be for you, but it is for me. The swim trunks, the bottoms, they can be used as underwear as well, or the bra. Okay, so there's that. Then I have one tank top. So thus far for the shirts, I have one t-shirt, which I'm wearing, and one tank top, which I'm packing. For the bottoms, I have shorts and long pants. So whichever one I'm not wearing is going to get packed, okay? Then I have 2 pair of underwear, okay? One I'm wearing, one's getting packed. And remember, my swim trunks double as a pair of underwear. So I basically have 3 pair of underwear. Okay, so that's what goes in my clothing bag. Now, let me show you what's in my toiletries, okay? So I unzip this, and first of all, remember the video I did about cooking in a hotel room and my cooking bag, so forth? Well, there it is. That's my cooking bag. I always have to take that. And then along with my cooking bag, I have my spork. And then, oh, this is a must item. Must have to have my Swiss Army knife with a corkscrew. Gotta open that bottle of wine. Okay, so that's a must have. So these are my eating utensil things, and they go in my toiletry bag. And then, remember I said I like to swim? I take my swim goggles, okay? So I have to have swim goggles. Then I have toothbrush, toothpaste. Then I have some eye drops, okay? You know, I just had my cataract surgery, so I gotta put a bunch of eye drops in my eyes. And then Q-tips and pills. Yeah, we all have to take pills. Okay, so a few pills. Now then, you may say, well, Gigi, you don't have any like soap or towels or shampoo or whatever? No, I don't. You see, that's why I wear my hair short, especially when I'm walking a Camino, is because I don't have to take shampoo and conditioner and soap and all that kind of stuff. I use whatever they have. I'm not particular in that sense. So, yep, and besides, it's just extra weight. I don't need it. Now, another thing I forgot. My flip-flops, because when you take your boots off at the end of the day, you want to walk around town and something other than your boots, and so I always pack flip-flops. And I put these in, it's just a lightweight cloth bag. I put them in this bag because it goes in my backpack, and you know, your shoes go all around town and all kinds of yucky stuff, and you don't want to get that all over your clothing and your stuff in your backpack. Now, let me pack everything back into the backpack, and then let's find out how much it weighs. Okay, so let's start back with toiletries, okay? Q-tips, pills, toothbrush, toothpaste, Swiss Army knife, eye drops, spork, cooking bag, and swimming goggles. There it is, toiletries. Okay, now then, this takes a little bit more time. I have to roll everything up properly, but tank top in the bag because I'm wearing the t-shirt. Shorts in the bag because I'm wearing the long pants. 2 pair of socks because I'm wearing the 3rd pair. 1 sports bra. 1 swimsuit bottom. 1 underwear. Zip it all up, and there it is. There's my clothes. So now we have toiletries and clothes. And we already put away the shoes, the flip-flops. Now let's fold up that jacket. Okay, so first of all, we put the alternative down jacket liner inside, like that. And then it all gets zipped up. And there's the jacket all zipped up. Now then, I just fold it up, roll it up, and then the whole jacket, I'll show you in a minute here, but the whole jacket gets stuffed into the hood. And there it is, that's my jacket. So let's put everything back into the backpack. Okay, we start off with the jacket. It goes down at the bottom. The flip-flops go off to the side. Then we have the clothing. And we have the toiletries. Zip it all up. And there it is. Now, let's go get out the scale and see how much all this weighs. I have my kitchen scale, so I'm gonna turn that on and set my pack up on it and balance it there. And I'll take a picture of this so you can see. But we are sitting at 5.13 ounces. 5 pounds, 13 ounces. Not bad, huh? Let me introduce you to my little friend, Blue Scoot. So Blue Scoot is basically a skateboard with 3 wheels. The front 2 wheels articulate so that when you're on it, if you lean to the left, the wheels go left. If you lean to the right, the wheels turn right. And while we're out here, let me show you my pool. This is my lap pool. It is the best way to get a workout for training for the Camino. And of course, there's Bella. So let's go take Scoot out on the trail and show you how he works. So I'm going to put Fred up in the air now, and then the controller I'll put in the front pouch, which is on Blue Scoot. And that's the front of my house, by the way. And okay, here we go. You ready, Bella? We're off. And I just push, 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 and ride along. You make a big turn. Just lean and turn. Now, when I'm going downhill, I just keep my foot on the back brake in case I need to slow down or, control the speed. But as soon as I go uphill, then I've got to start kicking again, kick pushing. And then when it gets too steep, I have to get off and walk. Just like that. This area where I'm scooting is along the side of my house. And it leads to the street, which then goes out to the desert, where I have my Far West Surprise Camino. Now, when I get on the street, notice how I'm going to scoot. I'll go 3 scoots, and then I ride. Then 3 more scoots, and I ride. Now, when I get tired of using my left leg, I'm a goofy flip rider. When I get tired of using my left leg, I just switch to the right leg and scoot that way. So I just get into a rhythm of scoot, 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 glide, scoot, 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 glide. And you get to the intersection, put on a little brake, stop, get off, walk across the street. And now we're coming up to my desert. Here we go again. Scoot, 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 glide. Now you have to be careful for rocks because sometimes rocks can just grab the front wheels and jerk it out of your hand really fast. And now here the sidewalk ends, and so I have to pick it up and roll it in the dirt. Now I can either roll it in the dirt beside me. Of course, you can't ride the scooter in the dirt. I either hold it beside me or I tip it up on its front wheels and just pull it along behind me, just like that. If I get to an area where the dirt gets too thick, too heavy, or too many rocks, I just pick it up, put it over my shoulder, and walk on like that. So I carry Blue Scoot when I can't pull him behind me or push him in front of me. I find that when I'm actually walking the Camino, I only get to ride Blue Scoot perhaps 10% of the time. The rest of the time I'm either pulling him, pushing him, or carrying him. Sometimes people say, well, gee, is it really worth it? Yes, it is, because I use him so much when I'm in the towns, in the villages. Having Blue Scoot saves me many, many steps. I have the freedom with Blue Scoot to really explore the towns, all the churches, all the cathedrals, the museums, the tourist sites. He's also great for the grocery store trips. I fill up my blue bag with my wine and soda and whatever I'm having for dinner that evening and hook the blue bag on the handlebars of Blue Scoot, and he carries the heavy bag all the way back to my accommodation. Blue Scoot also carries Fred. Fred's my drone. He lives in that blue bag that's on the handlebars. So in the blue bag I have the controller and all the batteries and all the cables. That stuff's pretty heavy, so it's nice to have Blue Scoot to help me carry that. Here we are, back home again. Now notice when I pull into the driveway, I'll open the blue bag and you'll see that's where I have the controller when I'm flying Fred. So let's see, let's put Fred right down here. Coming in. Thank you for going with me on this journey today. I really like doing these videos and sharing my enjoyment of the Camino with others. If you like the video, please hit the like button and of course leave a comment. I love reading your comments. Also, if you find the information helpful for your Camino planning or information gathering necessities, please share it with others. I'll be leaving for my annual Caminos in just a few days. And yes, I said Caminos in the plural. I'm in Spain walking for 3 months with my less than 6-pound backpack. And I typically walk about 8 or 10 Caminos during that time. They're typically new Caminos that I haven't walked before, but I always walk a couple that I've already walked just because I like them and can't stay away from them. This will be my last video on my channel, the Perpetual Pilgrim, until I return in August. But I'll be posting a lot on Facebook. If you would like to keep up with my walking, please friend me. Also, if you will be walking during the time that I'm in Spain, let me know when and where. And it's always fun to meet up with others. I'll leave you for now with a buen camino, my friends, and some great music for the trail.